There's a really big difference between creating a strategy for your business and an action plan that's going to help you see it through. This is where I see most plans fall apart. So in this video, I'm excited to unveil and walk you through, plus give you the template to my secret productivity tool, my monthly action plan generator. Welcome back to my channel, Empire Builders, and if you're new here, my name is Haley Dale and I'm a content strategist helping you create more purposeful, productive, and profitable content. And if that sounds like something right up your alley, make sure to click the subscribe button below this video for more videos just like this every single Monday. So I've been quoted, more like known as a broken record, for saying, create the plan, then work the plan, because I truly believe that it is as simple as that if you've built a solid plan, right? At the same time, there are a ton of people I know who are great at planning but less at action. They create inspired, ambitious strategies, and then those plans just sit there collecting dust, right? It's easier to plan than it is to take action. For many, what is really missing is that execution component of a strategy. And so when the strategy doesn't work because no plan is worth the paper it's written on, if you don't also take action to implement it, they write off that strategy as having not worked at all. So it's a failure, it's a dud, it doesn't work, when what didn't work was them. Right? Real talk. Or sometimes people do take that extra step of creating the action plan, but they get overly ambitious or don't identify the right actions they should be taking. At the same time, while action is important, and I would argue that it's more important than strategy to a certain degree, you definitely don't want to forego the plan altogether. That's going to leave you spinning your wheels in the wrong direction and leave you feeling frustrated about where those aimless wheels have taken you. I like to estimate it 10-90, right? So 10% of your effort should go to creating a really great strategy, making sure that you're going in the right direction, identifying those goals, developing key metrics that you should be watching in order to make sure you know you're going in the right direction. But then that other 90 should be all dedicated to actually implementing that strategy and taking action, aka working the plan. So I have a tool that I've been using for myself and this year with my masterminders, and it has completely rewritten the productivity puzzle for myself and for a lot of others. It's a tool that overlays on top of your quarterly or monthly strategies and allows you to A, turn those strategies into action plans, and B, make sure that you're creating an action that is doable, realistic, and aligned, right? There's no use creating something that you have no time to actually do. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to use it for yourself, but make sure to download it, sign up for your copy of it, and copy it to your own Google Drive account, or you won't be able to edit it directly. So I'm going to be on the screen for this one, walking you through this tool. All right, so once you download this, you've signed up, you've confirmed your email, you've gotten the link, you're going to be brought to a tool like this. And what I want you to do first is I want you to copy it into your own Google Drive folder. So you're going to come here, File, Make a Copy. I'm actually going to make a copy right now because I'm going to walk you through it and I don't want to be editing the main file here. So once this opens up, it's going to be your own copy that you're actually going to be able to edit because you can't edit the original version. So we're going to fill out the monthly summary, which is this first tab here. And we're going to start by putting in the month, right? So what is the date the month begins? So say I'm building this plan for February. So I would go February 1st, February 29th, because it is a leap year. Then what you want to do is you want to add your top 3 goals for this month that you want to keep top of mind. So for this might be, finish writing second draft of my book, might be schedule quarter 2 content, and then it might be, to create my new webinar sales funnel. So whatever those things are. Then what we want to do is brainstorm what are the top projects, and we have room for 10 of them here, that you want to be working on this month. So for each of these goals, I then think about what are the sub projects. So creating the new webinar sales funnel. So one of those projects might be a webinar. One of them might be the email sequence. One of it might be the actual setup setup of the funnel. Or you could have different projects here entirely. And I like to save at least 2 of the projects for other. So those other things that maybe don't fit into those main projects because they're kind of one-offs. Or I like to save one for client work. So making sure you can either go include your client work or not include your client work in this. It just depends on how you want to approach this. So the next thing is I want you to add your time constraints here. So what is the estimated time that you have available to work each of these days? So I don't want you to, so if you have 8 hours to work, 8 hours total, or maybe you have 5 hours total, I don't want you to put all of that time here. I want you to actually save some time for moving between different tasks or some of that admin stuff that you have to do on a daily basis. This is estimated time that you have available to work on these projects per day. So say on Mondays, I have like 8 hours total, so I'm going to put 5 hours for this. Then Tuesday, maybe it's 5 hours. Wednesday, 0 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours, 0 hours, 0 hours. Then what I want to do is I want to put down any dates that I'm not available to work. So say that I'm a big Valentine's Day person, which I'm not, but I would put that in, not available to work. I am going to be romancing my hubby that day or whatever. So this is how you fill out this, this part of the calendar. And then once you have that day that you're not available to work, or those days that you're not available to work, or maybe there's some days where you're only available part-time, what you're going to do is you're going to then come over to the master calendar and you're going to go to that day. So in my case, it's February 14th, and I'm going to actually change row 3 to 0. That means I have 0 hours to work. All right, so after we put in those constraints, we're going to move to step number 3, which is building out your project action plans. Everything here except the date of action. We're going to do that second, step number 4. So I want you to start by brainstorming what are the actions. So I didn't actually put any projects there, so I'm going to go and actually put those projects. So say book, right? Then let's say the next project is Q2 content. Then maybe it's webinar, sales funnel. Say I was going to do that all at once. Maybe I have client and I have other. So then when I move over to project page 1, and you can also go this way as well, I'm going to see the title of the project name is going to be here as well. So then as part of step number 3 is to build out these project action plans. I want to put them to things that I'm actually working on, and I want to make sure that they're small enough steps that I can put them in here. So I'm going to maybe put chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, send first 3 chapters to editor. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the estimated time. So say it's going to take me 2 hours to work on this, 2 hours for that, 2 hours for that, and like 0.5 hours for that. Then under the delegation column, I want you to put who's actually responsible for this task. And if it's something that you're going to do, don't put anything here because this is going to build out your task list for the day. But if there's someone else on your team who's going to do it, so say I was going to have this and I would put OBM. So online business manager is going to send that first 3 chapters to the editor. And then the other thing you can put here is you can also put the sub project if you want it to be grouped together, and I'll show you how to use that. So then we move over to project page number 2, and I want to have at least 2 of these. And Q2 content. So for this, say I'm going to write free write, create editorial calendar. Then I'm going to draft post, create video storyboards, film videos, edit videos, create images, create promo copy, schedule. Very simplified version. Then what we're going to put is we're going to put the estimated time. So to free write all of my quarter content, that's going to be, let's say, this is not true, it takes me much longer than that for all 13 posts of the quarter, but let's say 5 hours. Then create editorial calendar, say that's 1 hour, draft post, 5 hours, create storyboard, say that was 4 hours, film videos, 3 hours, edit videos, say that's going to be 3 hours as well. Create images, say that was going to be 1 hour, create promo copy, 3 hours. These don't make any sense. Schedule is going to be 3 hours too. Then I'm going to put in, is anyone else doing any of these? So the editing might be my husband Drew, who I frequently rope in, and then VA is going to do the actual scheduling, graphic designer, and you could put her name there. And then you can also use these sub projects. So I'm just going to do those two then. So once you've built out the project, we want to move over to adding your date of action. And I first want to tell you that I don't necessarily like due dates. I think due dates are helpful for overarching projects, right? So you know that a whole, like the book needs to be done by February 29th, whatever that due date is for the overarching projects. But in terms of the action plans, in terms of the action steps you need to take, I think much more valuable than the due date is actually your date of action. So what is the day that you're going to be taking this action? And that's what I like better as dates here. So what is the day that you're going to take that action? And I want you to go through each of your action steps for all of the projects that you've added here and put the date that you're going to work on it. So say for instance, I'm going to do February 3rd, February 5th, February 6th, and then February 9th. Then I'm going to move over to project page 2 and say I'm going to rewrite this on February 4th, February 10th, February 11th, February 12th, February 13th, edit videos February 14th. I'm also going to do February 14th. February 14th, and say February 17th. So then what I can do is I can go over to my master calendar, and it's going to start building out these lists of the things I've assigned to this date, as well as the time I have budgeted and then the time I have left. So I can see here that on Monday, I still have 3 hours that I could schedule of tasks with action items for my project. Now, if I come over to Wednesday, right, I only have 0 hours available for this one because I've put 0 hours. So I'm 2 hours over my time budget. So I know I need to go and move chapter 2 to another day. So let's say I'm going to move it to February 7th, right? February 7th, or I just want to move these things down. So February 7th there. And that way I can make sure that I'm not over scheduling myself for time that I don't have. So you can go through these, check the times you have available, check the days that you're actually working on things. And then what you can do is just go and like play with the dates, the date of action, to make sure that you're not over scheduling yourself on any particular day. So then once you're done here, you're going to have these action items and these task lists that you have your whole month planned out in terms of what needs to happen each day. How much time is it estimated going to take? So you have your marching orders. Now, additionally, say you're using something like Asana. This is really built for Asana. You can move over to this master task list, and it's going to show you all of the projects. Oh, the other thing I should mention with the master calendar is any of those projects, any of those task items that I put someone else's name beside, it's not going to add this. This is my master calendar, right? So it's not going to add the task that someone else on my team is doing, but it is going to show up on my master task list here. So this is going to show all of the things that I've put here. Then if I want to export it into Asana, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go project by project. So during this filter here, I would go here and I would filter, I would get rid of blanks. I would say I wanted to just put in quarter 2 first. I would go quarter 2. So then if I wanted to export it to Asana, what I would do is I would grab all of these items up to sub projects. I would copy them. Then I would come here and I would paste special and go paste values only. And then I would put in the email address that is registered to the user in Asana. So let's say I'm just going to put all of these. I'll put Haley. Put all of those in there, and I could also put a section here just to show you. So creative. Okay, then even though I can just use this master calendar for my task list, if I wanted to put it into something like Asana, I would go and I would download the CSV file. I would come over to Asana, the project that I want to add it to, and I've already added this one here, so I'll just get rid of these. And then what you would do is you would come to the project where you want to add it, and you would go import CSV, drag it in here, make changes, and that way you can put this who's responsible, section, estimated time, that would go in descriptions, due date, what the actual task is, and then you would continue to project. And it's just going to go about adding all of those items to this project. So you can see that they're being added here, and it looks like I didn't put in the right email address for the person assigned with it, and so it's not going to put that in. So you could just go, if it doesn't work for you, you can just go and put in the name of the person who is doing this, and then you could see here that it's added some to sections and it's added some here. So this is a couple of ways to do it. So you can either add it to Asana if you happen to be using that tool, or what you can do is you can just use this master calendar. And what's great about this is when you sit down to do your work on February 3rd, you won't need to guess what you're going to be working on, because you'll have your task list right here that is going to lead to the projects you need that lead to the goals you want to achieve this month. So this is all about taking that monthly strategy, the projects and the goals that you have, and making them an action plan that you can actually take action on. All right, so I'm excited to hear how you're going to use my monthly action plan generator. So tell me in the comments, or ask or request any tutorials you'd like me to create in the future. And if you want more videos like this, make sure to click on the next video on your screen and make sure to subscribe for new videos every single Monday.